Welcome back to Workers and Resources. We are back in our 10 pop challenge, having 300 citizens living in our republic. And population growth has been going really quickly recently. So we might be getting very close to actually getting to the official point where the challenge could count as completed. But I do believe that the official point where will be when we can turn off all the foreign workers to the area and run a profit. We're still building our rail system. We are almost at the customs house. So one more construction task here, and then this is done, and then they can start building towards the depot. And once that construction is done, we can get our first train. Hopefully having enough money for that. We imported a lot of electronic components. But yeah, we now should have a lot of materials for our vehicle repairs. And it should be less of a problem running repairs, not requiring a constant amount of deliveries for running the repair station. So I believe that was the correct decision to import that many resources right now. And hopefully next month we'll be making a bit more of a profit again. We do have enough money to buy a train, but we will wait a bit. We are also bringing some extra steel over here, which has just arrived. And that should last us for the rail construction, I believe. I will set this truck back to exporting lumber. And once we have our train exporting lumber, we need to increase the throughput on the sawmill area in general. You don't need to go to the customs house, you have nothing on it. Let me put the composer of the music in chat, just because. We're slowly building towards these logging camps as well. And once all rail construction is done, we can turn off the rail construction office and let more people walk into each building. That will be nice. That will speed things up here tremendously. Let's go check the western border. If we need to replant some more trees, indeed we do. This is just chewing through all of them at a very rapid rate. That research would be handy. Automating that replanting process. I also found a new source of oil closer to our town, over here next to the lake. Or more specifically, the lake itself is the oil source. So if we have any issues with fuel, it's probably the closest place to get oil rather than trying this one. That would be okay. Fire station with a bus also, with workers, and maybe a construction office to maintain the facilities. Would probably be doable. There's some prisoners working. Very good. No crime right now. Criminality down to 6% and 2% in this building. We'll keep it the way it is right now. As in, let the police do its thing. I think we have the population for that now. With 180 people, 40 citizens are already bound to occupy our new building very soon. I think we have to build a new house. Maybe even get a footpath through here. Yeah, I think we'll be constructing towards the next building. And maybe even the statue. We need some more housing capacity for growing our population. Alright, looks like we've connected the customs house. Now it's... last construction is just getting to the depot. I wonder if there's any benefit to using wooden rail rather than concrete one. I thought maybe it was lighter so they could carry more materials. Or maybe it's easier to build. I don't know. Probably neither of that is true. Would require some testing, I guess. Harvest season is gonna start this month. At least it should. And this time we should get all of the crops in. All of them will go into the grain silo. And we can export that throughout the year with our existing train. I think it's time to slowly start thinking about what train do we want. Do we have a used train? 20,000, 37% wear, only 2 years old. I think that's probably something we should get. I do like the idea of having the slightly stronger engine though. The option went away anyway. Never mind. Well, we'll need a locomotive, and we need more cargo wagons. Unless I bought them already? No, I did not. The cargo wagons for the grain will probably have to wait a little bit. Maybe we can get them with a clothing export. I'll have to wait and see. Clothing production is running at a slow rate, but decent rate. It's a continuous process. We will pause this house and we will pause the statue. I will start with the residential building soon. Having everything hooked up already will speed things up once we need the building. Right now we'll have to wait and get the train set up first. We will also have to build you soon. Get the factory connections up. And we'll slowly build towards the depot. Yeah. Wooden ties versus prefab panel ties. slight difference in visuals, but a large difference in maximum speed. Although we could have built everything with wooden tires because of, well, what trains we are using. Oh, we can upgrade these after the fact. Can you downgrade them? No. Still got prefab panels and boards here. Waiting for this to empty out. It's gonna take a while. Maybe with the maintenance of some more modern buildings, the materials will go away. There's our rail line going to the grain silo. Slowly making its way through them. So yeah, all we need is more trucks to generate more wood and create more boards. You may let the other vehicles in here, please. They want to build stuff. The last bit is always going to feel like it's going to take the most time, and it actually will. So just gotta be patient and wait. I might actually set up a delivery of aluminium just so we can make sure we have enough money. That might be a reasonable thing to do. So please go into the aluminium route. Import some aluminium from the west and bring it to the east, giving us some extra cash. We've been draining the material on the west quite a bit. Hopefully that won't come back to bite us. But I think we'll be fine. Let me know when this one finishes construction, I guess. That's like the last bit of rail, and then we're done. I guess I'll buy the other train cars. They are probably not going to be available used because there is no wear and tear for cargo wagons. And all we need is probably 2 more box cars. I'm not gonna buy them right now because that would bring us down to like 7,000 rubles. Or right now we can't afford it anymore. And the actual diesel locomotive. Should have probably bought the used one. There's another one. Okay, that one's already 15 years old. And it's 62% wear and tear. We might be able to repair that up. But it is quite old, but it's costing us like quite a bit less money to get this one than a new one. I mean, I haven't used vehicles much, so we'll give it a try. That will be our locomotive. We'll bring it to the depot and let it get repaired first before we put it onto the line. And then bring in all of the cargo wagons and complete everything. Let's get 1 cargo wagon for a box car. 22 tons, 54. Yeah, that one. Which is cheaper, can carry more, and is slightly lighter. Now we're down to 7,000 rubles. We have to get one more box car. We should earn some money soon. The aluminium is on its way. It hasn't been picked up yet. The amount of money has not decreased yet. We're also still building things, so taking some resources from the customs house here to build stuff. Let me check on the stone quarry. See if the excavator might need some repairs. 40%, 47%. I think I'm gonna move the equipment all over. We're gonna change the route here to go into storage. That's too far. Over here. So once they have made their delivery, I'll go into storage. I'll tell them to get repaired. And then we'll send the excavator over there as well. And then it should be in range for where our repair station can send the vehicle out to get all of the vehicles repaired. Alright. Excavator will take its time of getting over there, but that's okay. Harvest season is up on us, and we should have no throughput issues here. All of it either going into the train station and from there into the silo, or the farm and from there into the silo, so no problems whatsoever. And the capacity of the silo is more than enough for the harvest at full fertility. And once we start exporting that, we should see a nice bit of cash. But that will have to wait until we get the train involved. And hopefully that will happen soon. Maybe I should get a little bit more aluminium. I mean, I guess I shouldn't overdo it. We do have some time. We'll send the truck out once more after. And this train line needs to be done when we want to export our crops. I should remove some trees, just so there's not going to be any collision here, which isn't simulated in game, but yeah. Gotta keep the area around the rail line clear. A little bit of a bush will be fine, hopefully. Yeah, maybe I'll employ more harvesters. Make sure we get all the harvest in easily. 2 of them are sufficient, but 3 of them would be safe. And all we would need to do is get a distribution office involved for 5 vehicles. Relocating the 2 out of the farm, using these 3 in the same distribution office, and then they would take care of the harvest. Well, things are going well. I do know that I have another thing to do today, so stream might be a bit shorter than usual, but we'll see. What's going on with my OBS? What's going on here? Oh, got it. No, everything is fine. So yeah, population growth continuously fast. Already back up to 200 workers, or almost. Like, this is going really quickly. And we do have a workplace for all of them. They can go into the clothing factory, and that's fine. I have a lot of things that they can do here. We do have money to get the second boxcar that I want. And that will be the composition of our train. Some crops, some lumber, then export. And hopefully refueling can happen here without a problem. Directly on the way. They should be able to drive through here, no problem. And it shouldn't affect the travel of trains too much. Signaling, we will think about if we do get a second train, but right now that is not planned. Maybe later. I think I'll get some more aluminium. This will drain our US currency even further, but let's stable our rubles. And once we start earning money here, we can reverse the assistance. I mean, we do want to build the train line, maybe to the western border, so more money over here is necessary. Thankfully we have enough steel here now to finish the rail line. And steel plus boards, what we are producing ourselves, is the main component for the railroad construction. Yeah, maybe I should start a logging industry just for railroad construction, for wooden rails in a different run. That could be interesting. Looks like these roads are finishing construction. The factory connections are also done. All that is left is the 2 new logging camps. They will require some money to set up because they will need their own logging trucks. I guess we could grab some from Dubasaya Customs and move them over here. Slowly slow down the operations over there a little bit. And repurchase these vehicles once we start earning money. Because we do have to purchase vehicles with with rubles, so right now this area has a little bit of a priority. We'll see. What we're gonna do is we're gonna send, I guess with, it's gonna be a little bit weird with the train composition because it's gonna have both train cars. I don't know if we can set it to fully load or if it will get confused. Oh, no, we have this one. 9 years, 27% wear. That's the actual train that I wanted, but we made it a cheaper purchase, we'll be fine. We can replace that at some other time, not right now. Oh man, that would be an interesting run. Used vehicles only. Oh my god, that would be a mess. That could be interesting. Do we have some U377 logger trucks? No. That one's a fairly new vehicle, just needs some repairs. 8,000 versus, well, the U377 is 14,000. 11 versus 16 tons, also almost 50% more capacity. Yeah, we're gonna get the best vehicle for the logging, I think. Will require repairs a little bit later. Oh, looks like one of the rail construction vehicles decided to move down here instead of finishing the train line over here. That's okay, I guess. That is fine. I don't think you have enough materials to get all the way through here, but maybe you do. This will slow down traffic at the customs house a little bit. Yeah, you didn't have enough materials. Have to get here one more time. Maybe if I find another cheap train, maybe I can buy 2 used trains and just like another one of the same type for less than 20,000. We'll get that one set up then instead. Got the aluminium picked up. Just need to wait for its delivery. And we're nearing 200 workers. Population growth is very quick. That's kind of exciting. You have 1 child. Minor crime. 14-year-old off to prison. And there's the 14-year-old. We'll set this up to 6 tutors and see if it balances itself correctly. So yeah, maybe a logging-based run would be interesting. Just logging industry. I wonder how badly the price would be affected if you would just focus on one of those resources. Seems like the price is going up. I would really like to focus all of those resources into the western border and then just have one other material be transported instead. And yes, rail construction over here has begun. It's a little bit of a traffic jam, but it shouldn't take too long. We're already halfway across. So hopefully it'll work out for us. I mean, the heating plant sometimes stops production. I usually don't care because why would I? Everything has been set up correctly. Should probably still leave it enabled though, in case there are any problems. I think the bus bringing workers to the rail construction office can be phased out. We'll put that back in. We'll put that one back into our manual construction office. And that way we have a little bit of a micromanagement capacity again. And also relocating some of the road cranes back over. Just in case we want to explicitly build something. And we have some cheap road cranes available. $320 people. And we can repeat our population growth research. We have 130 children already waiting to grow up, but yeah, let's do it. We will run the education in the meantime. We'll up this to 6 staff, 6 professors, and hope that it works out mostly. We'll need to leave the western border alone and let it recover a bit. It's getting a little bit thin in regards to the money. But we did make all purchases that we need to run the train line. Excluding the last bit of construction, everything is in place now. Just need to get the depot connected so that we can assemble a train and then get it started. That last section of bend is being built and completed. The train will have to wait for the other train to pass. Hopefully it won't ram into it. Might send it home. It will probably try to drive that way and ram into it, right? There's no waiting here. Yep. This one probably has the priority. It might send this one home. Could have sent it home manually, but... Oh no. The one going home was sent home. That's fine then. So we have 2 more rail sections that need construction. 47 days and another 133 days. Let me do a quick comparison. We have wooden-based rail and concrete-based rail. Same construction time, same resource consumption, it's just exchanging boards for prefab panels. I thought it had another benefit, but no, it doesn't. A little bit of a traffic jam, hopefully it'll resolve itself soon. We shouldn't feel anything in regards to our town being impacted, hopefully. We are sending our workers to explicit buildings, so I guess the orphanage will be staffed a little bit lower than usual. But hopefully it'll be fine. As soon as the buses can get through, things will be okay again. Yep, thank you. We're working on it. Alright, got 100,000 rubles, 77,000 US dollars still left. We'll let the US dollars recover. And we'll try to improve our income on the eastern border. And then use that income to build towards the western border, which is going to take a very, very, very long time. Probably too long. I'm beginning to like the map layout. Trying to follow the terrain gives you a lot of really nice and curvy connections for roads and rail. It's very nice. Already 10% done with the research. Studies seem to be going well, so yeah, no concerns there. Seems to all be going as expected. Come on, rail construction office. Well, at least the buses are through. It's just our industrial traffic is being slowed down a little bit. Next construction phase, they will also not be hindered anymore, and things should then be running fine again. So the first thing we will do is increase the amount of vehicles inside these logging camps, speeding up the production of wood for the sawmill. With that profit we will fund the construction of the 2 other logging camps and its vehicles. And after that, just save up a little bit of cash in general. Any cheap diesel locomotive? Not for us, no. I mean, we could go for the faster ones, but I'd rather save some money. We don't need fast trains. We just need a train. As long as it's no rocket, it's fine. And over here we've also almost reached the train station, which will allow us to get a lot of money from the crop exports. If we do harvest 2.5 thousand plus tons of crops, we need about 25 runs to export all of that, which we should be able to do throughout the year. I think we'll be fine. Grain transportation over here is slowed down because of the distance and the infrastructure all being dirt roads. But I still believe that we can get most, if not all, of the harvest in. Especially the other 2 fields being really close towards the destination. We should be fine. I think I'll start getting some more logging trucks. So the U377 logging truck will be our favorite. It's very cheap, has a high capacity. Road speed is not great, but it's not driving on the road, it's driving around in the mud. Cheapest one, 4 tons. This one is still very good for its price, but no. We'll fill our logging camps with U377 logging trucks now, which takes quite a bit of investment, but I believe that this will be worth it. The train has passed the road, so it can now continue its construction, not affecting anything, and soon we're done. And the last section of road here can be upgraded to asphalt, please. Then we have our road upgraded all the way to the depot and the warehouse, so that in case of a fire, the fire truck can get here as fast as possible, even during winter. Cannot store or export mixed waste. That is incorrect. There is room for mixed waste in here. So this one is running fine. We just use the storage so some of the waste can go away by itself. But it really looks like that burnable waste is really hard to just naturally dissipate. Doesn't rot away easily. It needs to be burned. That's why it's called that, I imagine. Maybe 5 more construction attempts to finish this. Probably more. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 or 7. Hopefully it'll finish soon. 1, 2, 3, 4 for this one, maybe? We also need to repair our train first, before we set up the train line, but that shouldn't take too long. We have all the materials. Should be nice and quick. And yeah, this rail line is temporary, just to speed things up in the beginning, before we build this whole section. I'll probably have to get a turn in through here and here, following the hill, going along the hillside, cutting across. We'll figure something out to get to the west. Might even build it as a wooden rail, I don't know. The difference between wood and prefab is not that great, I assume. So boards are 24 rubles. And prefab is 40. I guess that's double. But prefab panels are not the main construction component. Well, then again, they are, excluding gravel. They're the second most construction material, so maybe using boards and wood will actually be useful. And since we're using slow trains, I guess I don't mind. Maybe I'll build all of the rail tracks out of boards now. I do like the slow trains, they look neat. Gonna be faster than this train, but only when it's building. This one drives faster on the train tracks than the engines that we procured. Okay, so wood production should be picking up pace quite a bit now. And while the logging camps are already full, now the sawmill needs to pick up pace. as soon as our rail construction is done, the rail line across the top of the settlement will have to wait. We will send all of the workers into the sawmill and let it do its thing. I guess I'm just gonna do that right now. Go wherever you want. Some workers in the rail construction office are going to be sufficient. We don't need a lot of workers for the train to travel back and forth. More workers in the sawmill, please. This should work out to our benefit. Could have a footpath here. Would be redundant, but would be kind of neat. Oh, another bridge here? Nah. They can already get there. That's fine. Could have a footpath cut across here, I guess. Sure, we'll build that. It's just gravel. It'll allow them to walk to work a little bit faster, so they can do more work, get to their free time faster, and, well, then return to work a little bit faster as well. One worker in each logging camp is doing an excellent job. We don't need any more. And then 2 extra logging camps. Hopefully the sawmill can keep up with everything. We might have to send more workers here if it's not able to keep up, but that will have to be our own workers then. I guess once we shut down the rail construction office, more workers will be available anyway. But we'll still have to wait. Last rail section being constructed now. Gotta wait for that one to complete. And then we have our connection made. And then this one also needs to finish up. But this one should finish before, because it can go to and from the rail construction office way faster. Increasing fertility in one of the fields. 2 of the fields. 1 month of harvest season left before the fields start deteriorating. I do believe that we need the distribution office in this area to make sure we harvest as fast as possible. And all that will entail is that I relocate one of the trucks, or I guess I can relocate both of the trucks out of the farm and replace it with maybe an additional tractor and maybe an additional harvester, speeding things up. So yeah, we'll just have a distribution office here. Not to be built right now, but in the future. And that'll handle the tasks of this distribution office plus the vehicles inside the farm. And then we can bring the crops directly to the storage instead of always to the farm. We'll have 5 trucks, as we do now, plus some extra harvesters to make sure that the harvest of the fields is a little bit faster. But yeah, that is to be built later. I guess we can build the road, but the distribution office will have to happen a little bit later. The diesel station is not needed anymore. We have our own storage in here, I think. Yes. So we'll turn that off. And the distribution office vehicles will get their fuel directly delivered into the distribution office itself. No logging truck waiting yet. They still have enough room to unload into the sawmill. But it's close. The capacity is almost full. But yeah, once the rail construction office is done and we shut it down, the sawmill will be operating much faster. And we probably have the capacity to run 2 extra logging camps. If we can afford the logging trucks, of course. Already 1,700 tons of crops stored. It should be a nice bit of profit. Just waiting to get to the customs house. Hopefully not burning down. Do not burn down. The demolition office does not have a microbus right now. That's why this road hasn't been deconstructed yet. We'll relocate one of the old vehicles out. You are in need of repairs anyway. And we'll move a microbus in, or maybe just a personal car. Could be anything really. We'll choose a microbus. And then they can remove that short section of road from the previous container loading facility. Still at 190 workers. Been in a little bit of a slump in regards to population growth. Gotta wait for some of the people to grow up, I guess. But we do have a wave of a new generation slowly growing up. So that should become a non-issue again fairly soon. Does the population slump show up here? Well, just a little bit. There's a slight bend trying to straighten out again, but we want to go back to exponential population growth. Gotta give it a little bit extra time. Need more workers here. Why is there a dump truck in here again? Why are both of the dump trucks in here? That's not correct. It's the second time this happened and I don't know how to reproduce it. But that's causing this to not repair fine. Well, they did get repaired. And then they decided to stand around in there. And blocking traffic pretty much. Well, I don't even know why they went here. Well, I guess they lost their transportation route. The excavator is done. Excavator is not repaired yet, still searching. Oh, if the gravel quarry has to be micromanaged that way, maybe it's going to be a little bit too annoying to handle. But we'll wait. To wait for the excavator to get back and then we can send the dump trucks back out on their way. Alright, it's time for you to stop exporting and go into storage. Go get some repairs. You're gonna go get some repairs. And you too. And then we'll have you on standby once we need vehicle replacements. Maybe I need to send more workers here? No, seems like we're getting enough. We only need one worker regularly going there to make sure that the rail construction completes. Okay. Maybe we're not getting enough workers anymore. Where's the rail construction vehicle? Is there none heading here? Why not? Make this high priority, please. Just gotta wait for the rail construction to finish. It's taking its time, finally. Rail construction vehicle on the move. It was probably on its way back, and I just missed it. And it doesn't show up as being assigned. 25 workdays for this one. We'll definitely have to go get some more resources, and I think we have to do that probably twice. Maybe it can finish it in one, but I don't know. A few more days for harvest season. 120 tons of crops in these two fields. And 140 in these two. We'll get most of the harvest in, but not quite all of it. But next year we should be able to. We will fund the construction of this distribution office and get everything set up in the way that it will be able to finish everything. I might even relocate the trucks out of here in exchange for an additional tractor, so we can get the sowing underway a little bit earlier. And maybe I can just set up another field here, so that one is also ready for next year. Okay, this looks very likely that we only have one more construction task, but we'll see. 2 students in the Hall of Residence. 1.97 and 1.9. So both almost done with their education. Just a little bit longer because of the research that we're having. And also we're getting more and more students, so... wait, we have 31 students right now, plus 2 that are too old. Okay, I guess we have to run the university a little bit faster. So once the research completes, we might not actually lower the amount of workers there that much. Looks like we actually need the workforce in there. Oh, no, 3 professors should be fine. Maybe we'll lower it to 4 from the 6 that we currently have. Alright. You're going all the way to the depot. And are you going to finish the rail construction project towards our silo? bad weather, no problem. And it's good weather again. "21 work days of construction work." I'm not concerned about how long it takes, I'm mostly concerned about how many resources do you actually carry. Also, can we get some workers in the rail construction office again? One worker walking in right now. Come on. Damn it. There's a worker in here, why are you driving back? Damn it. Well, at least you're still out, so that's the more important section that we need for the assembly. And this is just a shorter travel distance, so probably no problem. I guess I might have to limit the amount of workers just all going into the rail construction office to finish this right now. Let's do it. Everyone to the rail construction office. Let's make sure the trains don't drive back and forth unnecessarily. And they finish their construction tasks. I thought we had enough, but apparently we don't. Or the sawmill is just taking too many workers away, so that it becomes inconsistent. And hopefully we can finish the construction with the money that we have. Seems like our hazardous waste import is not earning us as much money anymore. Yes, the price has dropped. 900 rubles. Maybe we have too many vehicles or too fast of the vehicles that we have in here now. How much do we get per truckload? 1,300. That's not bad. We're just using too many other resources, I guess. How's the clothing production? Could be better. Alright, 21 work days. We're 9 work days down. Will you finish that rail section? I believe yes. So I guess I don't really know how much you actually produce per train, per cargo load. Empty weight 22 tons, current weight 24. It's gonna be close. It's speeding up also. Lots of workers in here now. Okay, it doesn't finish. So we do know that the construction efforts are about 19 to 20 work days of resources per train now. That means we have about 6 construction attempts at this rail line to finish it. With the current train that we have. We could buy a better one, but I think that would be too ridiculous right now. EDK. Lovely, lovely EDK. I wonder if these ones could carry more. The track building speed is really good, but I want to know the carrying capacity, not the track building speed. Money is going down, we're exporting way less than before. We're saving it all up for a very large train delivery. Probably a bad idea, probably should keep our money flow going, so let's set out our 2 trucks right now to continuously exporting boards again. At least what we have. That'll be about 10 deliveries. And hopefully by the time that finishes up, the rail construction finishes. We're sending a lot of workers in here now. and they're spending most of their time sitting around waiting for the train to actually arrive. But once the train arrives, the construction speed will be decent. So I assume it will do about 20 workdays of work now. So we're going to be down to 87 workdays. I wish you could combine those with maybe something that can carry more materials, but that's not their point. Next time this year, oh, next year this time, sorry, this rail line is definitely going to be done. Hopefully it'll only take maybe 2 to 3 more months. Most of the time will be spent by the train traveling back and forth. Yes, not enough tutors. The tutors should be walking to the orphanage from the bus stop. Yes, we should have enough. We do have enough, just not most of the time. So that we will get an occasional warning, but the criminality of all of these children is very low and not a problem. 5 prisoner escapes, pretty bad. But as long as we keep them locked up for a little bit to take care of their criminality, I think we're still okay. We'll improve our prison system as time goes on. And the research is almost done, 3% more. Then we'll lower the amount of workers in the university, and they can go elsewhere. Only one student older than 21 currently still studying, so very good efficiency for the building. Alright, finish the research, thank you. Then we'll set the amount of workers here down back to 4. We'll be seeing an increase in birth rate in about half years of time. The rail line has been hooked up to the silo. So only one construction task remains, after which we can repair our train and then hopefully send it out to give us a little bit of money, because we could really need it right now. Is the excavator repaired? Still searching for a repair station. Why? Should be in range. What about these vehicles? Waiting for repair, 57%. Why are they not getting repaired? What are you doing? Oh, you are repairing. Well, you're waiting for that truck to leave. I guess if all of them want repairs, then yes, this is a problem. Not sure why you're sitting around. I guess there are no trees in the forest, supposedly, so they're still waiting to grow up? Weird. They all look fully grown to me. Let's put you in storage temporarily while they get the repairs done, otherwise it's just gonna be a nightmare. Four more construction attempts. get it done. I guess an extensive logging industry would require an extensive set of repair stations dotted around the whole logging industry. So that is something that you would probably need to set up with a bunch of villages. Or a bunch of bus routes running the facilities. The villages sound kinda nice. Mass bus being repaired. En route to repair station. Everything over here seems okay. I think repairs over in Lolona just slowed down because of the repair truck being stuck. I will get a second repair truck to make that less of an issue. Yeah, repairs are ongoing now. Seems to be running okay. Might need a few extra workers. So these ones have been repaired. We're still waiting on the excavator though. I guess I could move it closer, but it should be in range, so I don't know why it's complaining. Anyway, we'll move it over here. Then it definitely will be in range. Let's send some workers to the sawmill, so we can run this area still. If we do get some workers, that is. Yep. Come on, finish that construction already. I don't want to take a loan, but I might have to. It's gonna be cutting it close. Three more. I so would like to speed things up right now. But we can't. We would lose a lot of people. Speaking of people, we have over 200 workers now. A fifth of the way. Well, we're already a third of the way to where we want to be, because we're counting our population, not our workers. At least that's how I envisioned it to initially be in regards to this challenge. Yeah. Progress appears to be quite quick now. We will have to set up the new residential building soon. But we'll have to wait for the exports first. So the exports, I guess, will fund the new residential building before anything else. And then an expansion on the logging industry. We do have a lot of money sitting here. It should be above 20,000 rubles in crops. Wait, Is that 108,000? Well, yeah, that's okay. That's 108,000 rubles worth of crops. Just waiting to be exported here. I'm not going to run that export with trucks. We will wait until the train line is done. We'll try to sustain ourselves with the export of boards. And if that is not enough, we will have to resort to taking out a loan, but yeah, it's only until we have the train line. We'll be able to repay that as soon as we can run the export route. Let's go to the western border. Over here everything is running well, except for the replanting of trees. I think I have my next run already staked out. It's gonna be a raw resources focused run with the challenge of no distribution offices. So basically logging industry, farming industry, low tech as per usual. Except for this one, we didn't really do that. But then also no distribution offices and just fully dedicated lines. Which will mean that we need less distribution offices, obviously. But more road cargo stations and routes. The free distribution offices would be allowed, because otherwise setting things up would be a nightmare. But they would only be allowed to bring... well, we are basically limited by them. So the initial shopping center could be supplied by a distribution office, but at some point we will have to move it off of it. So the shopping center might be connected to a road cargo station. And then we have like two covered hull trucks bringing resources there and one refrigerated truck, all standing inside the road cargo station. Steel is almost empty here. This is our actual steel storage, so I'm not too worried. 32 days, 2 more construction tasks. It's been a long time coming to actually get the rail line set up. Now we're over the 1/3 mark, 334 people. Well, this is starting to speed up a lot. Things are growing quite quickly. 200 workers in this area. We might be able to lower the amount of foreign workers getting here. Maybe even turn it fully off. Especially once we start having dedicated buildings for things, like this one. Sending its workforce to the bus stop, which is workers that we could use for construction tasks, and sending to the logging area. But the logging area also will get a footpath. We already have a footpath planned out into this area. At least for these 2 logging camps, they should have no problem being supplied with workers. And for the sawmill, maybe we can have another pedestrian crossing over here. Or, I don't know, maybe a tunnel. Depending on what we can build there, I guess. Money is going up, very good. So we do have 100,000 rubles worth of material sitting around, just waiting to be exported. Money should not be a problem if we can wait. Second to last construction. 1 more after this and we should be done. Then we need to get the train repaired, as I said, assemble the train and send it out. And maybe we'll split it up into 2 trains. It might make sense. For that I will need passing lanes and all of that. So some expansion of the train line will have to be made. But for the beginning, one train should be enough. Less than 20 workdays. We still have material on the back of the train. And now it's gone, so one more construction task should definitely finish this after this one. I'm excited. I'm excited to finally be running a train here. We'll cease the operation of the trucks after. And then we'll watch the profit roll in. Looks like the sawmill is now able to keep up. The only downside of all of this could be that we don't have any boards here anymore for bringing into our open storage for construction tasks, because this will always be drained by the train. We'll have to wait and see. We could just import the boards that we need again, make it a little bit more simplified. Alright, 14 work days. The train depot already accumulated 10% wear and tear sitting around. Definitely needs to see a vehicle. It's going to be a short bit. The train will spend most of its time outside. Where's our excavator that we brought here for repairs? There it is. Still searching for a repair station. Well, what about now? Currently we're repairing some snowplows that are, well, plowing snow right now, so we're cancelling those. And getting started on the excavator instead. How's the situation for vehicle repairs? Wear and tear? Looking pretty bad. We need to catch up again. Don't want to spend money on buying replacement vehicles unless we absolutely have to. Yeah, you definitely need some repairs, but you're busy right now. So, no repairs right now. After winter, in about a month, you can get some repairs. And there's a train. So hopefully, we are finishing up. Repair now going fast, because it's the current repair vehicle, the vehicle currently being repaired. And then we'll just have to send it back. My god. It really feels so painful not having an EDK construction vehicle for how much time they are spending driving back and forth. But at least we are finishing. And we won't need any more workers anymore for current rail construction tasks. That means the bus stop can send workers wherever it wants to, and the rail construction office will be shut off for now, meaning that we send all of the workers into the sawmill area. And we're done. We'll grab our locomotive, wait for the construction train to pass, and move that one into the depot, immediately telling it to go get some repairs. And after that is done, we'll assemble our train. This train is already 15 years old. We bought it on the cheap. It'll give us Nice bit of benefit. Okay, so train route wise, we want the train line to go pick up boards, pick up grain, and go to the customs house. And that's basically what this train route is supposed to do. You, on the other hand, will have to get all of the wagons and pull them into the depot so that we can assemble a train after the repairs are done. A few extra workers and things will speed up nicely. And this train will last us a long time. They do work quite well. They are quite slow, but that's not a problem for us, I believe. If it is a problem, we can run more than one train. But yeah, throughput, speed, for industrial purposes, not the problem. If you're carrying personnel, yes, but we're not. 80% repaired. Just a little bit more. And we'll send out the train to grab all the cars, combine them, and yeah. Probably take the train for a ride in first person. Spectate a bit. And it's done. Go grab the wagons after you've refilled. Gotta go all the way over to the train diesel station as expected. I mean, we will run the train once it has a full cargo load. I'm not gonna follow it right now, but we will run the full train route at normal speed. This thing only drives 40 kilometers an hour. It'll take a while. But I think it'll look nice. I think I've flattened out the terrain enough where there shouldn't be any major bumps. Or like very steep hills. Hopefully it'll all look quite natural. We're gonna find out. No signals. Don't see the need for signals just yet. Once we resume rail construction, then yes, we will have some signals here. Oh my god, the train is so slow. This is... oh god. There's a bump. Anyway. Why is that a bump? Oh. I guess I missed that one. It's fine. This is gonna be, maybe we won't do the train ride at normal speed. This is normal speed. Well, right now it's slowing down anyway. Go get the train cars and I'll hook you up. That's when our profit will start coming in. Our trucks exporting boards can go into storage after they're done. Once again. Because we're doing that by train now. Hopefully a little bit more fuel efficient. And also less stress on the customs house. Excavator repairs are done. Move back. I really should carry you. You're probably gonna have significant wear and tear just driving back. But then again, you're not a tracked excavator. You do have wheels, so you should be fine. And the dump trucks will move out, maybe in March, when the excavator has arrived. Here's our train. Some passing tracks will be neat. I do believe we will need more than one train probably, but we'll wait and see. We got 41 university students right now. It's crazy. One train car is missing, so you'll have to run once more, but then we're basically assembled. Box cars next to the train itself and the other wagons at the end, I think. Alright. Hopefully, yeah, we should have room in here to assemble such a train. I hope we have enough capacity to export everything throughout the year. I think we... Maybe I overdid it a little bit with the open wagons. I guess I bought that many because I assumed we would be needing more if I was going to put containers there, but that's obviously not the case. I guess I could sell that wagon right now. But no, we'll leave it in storage. No harm. We bought it when it was cheaper. I hope I can assign the train to that route. Let's see. Erase. I cannot. Can I see the train from here? No. Well, then I guess we have to make the route again. Or no. I have an idea. Go here and back home, and then go out and we'll assign the route to you that way. Doesn't work. Then we'll assign it that way. Also doesn't work. Then I guess I'll make the route new. Go back into the depot. That'll be easier. Boards into grain loading into customs house. Oh, I want these to be at the front, thank you. Okay, load bolts and load crops. We'll see. Maybe we actually will have enough lumber production to match that demand. I mean, the sawmill is going to spew out a lot of boards anyway. Alright, I think it's time to take a train route, ride. At normal speed. Quite a bumpy track over that place, but I hope that the remainder will be mostly smooth except for that small bump that I missed. But maybe we can fix that in post. Look at that travel speed. I believe I will speed things up to regular train speed. There's a field poking into the track. We'll have to fix that. Mostly smooth rail tracks. bump incoming right there. It's a little bit of a hill to climb here. Yeah, should probably fix that at some point. But not right now. We need to make a profit. And I do believe that this train will be so slow that we actually need multiples. So we might have to build a passing track relatively soon. But we'll wait and see. You can carry 300 tons of boards, which is quite good, and was about 100 tons of crops. So maybe the first few investments are going to be another boxcar. The train length is 117 meters, and I think we can assemble a train in here for 140 meters. So one more boxcar is probably possible. Yeah, I'll have to run 2 trains, especially when I build the other logging camps here, increasing the output of this area by a lot more. Two students who didn't finish. Oh, well, you're at 2.0 education and you're at 1.9, so no problem. We can wait a little bit. Gotta pick up the crops now. I'm probably going to get just another train doing crop exports. I will have to buy another train. I will have to buy maybe 2 extra boxcars, and then let the train handle that. We'll have to wait for a deal on a diesel locomotive or just buy a new one. Yeah, containers would load much faster, but it won't be a problem. Extra train will handle it. 13,000 rubles worth of export materials on that train. Alright. We need to get the crop exports going. 200 tons per train load sounds reasonable. $28,000. I don't think so. Vehicle repairs ongoing. Sure. I believe we can now send out the dump trucks because I assume the excavator has made its way back. At least most of the way. Yes, it's already back. Okay. I'll probably run that thing for one more session and then probably tear that one down. The gravel quarry is a little bit of a nuisance. Maybe we can build one in this area that is actually inside of the range of the repair station. That one would be way easier to manage. I think I'm gonna get the... No, I don't have the room for another train right now. Okay, okay, let's see. Chain mixed. So... mixed signal here. This is all one block. Construction train does not have its own block, but I would like to start construction in this area if possible. Okay, This is its own block. Train can wait there. And yeah, we'll set up a passing track. We'll make it out of wood, I guess. It's fine. Since I wanted to fix this anyway, we'll make it in this area. $150 meters in length will be sufficient. I guess we'll make it 165, just because, and then put an entrance and an exit here. And once we have that thing in place, we can get another train and run this without problem. Should not take too long to build that, one would hope. The train will be able to move out as soon as the other train moves into the loading platform. Okay, construction train. You are assigned. Did you already send out a vehicle? No, but you are assigned. Oh, I know why. Because the signals are confusing it now. Well, we'll put some chain signals here, I guess. That should fix this. Maybe. They are all green. We need to free up the space inside the grain storage for harvest season. Okay, maybe we do need a signal here. A mixed signal. That way. We're all waiting inside. For what? Should be able to drive out and build that. I'm a little bit confused now. Maybe the train already reserved its way all the way to the customs house. And the construction trains are waiting for that one to drive past. I'm not sure. I guess we're gonna upgrade it to build a concrete-based track right away. That's fine. We have more room for prefab panels in there than boards, so that'll be a little bit easier. Why don't you want to come out? Are the signals messing you up that much now? Okay, build this thing. Anyone? Oh, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Everything is in order. We just didn't have any workers here. That is a me mistake. Should be fine. As soon as we get some workers walking into the Royal Construction Office, things will be running again. And there we go. One person. Well, that's what I get for turning off the Royal Construction Office. Alright, we'll have to save up money for an engine, and then we can run both of them at the same time, and maybe then have to save up for boxcars. And after that we can set this one to wait until fully loaded, so it doesn't run half full loads of like lumber. Which could happen right now. Let's also build these buildings. We also need some logging trucks for them. Rail construction will be slow. Okay, this signal at some point can be removed. That one was just a me problem. That one is actually not necessary. And once the rail construction vehicle gets past the signal, the other train can keep running while it's building here. It's just gonna take a while to actually get there. I believe we will make the change to the train right now. That means... do we have a used train? No. I don't have the money to buy the cheapest train right now. Without a loan. So... I guess we are going to send out the vehicles to go and grab aluminium. Both of them. Actually, no, you are gonna go get steel. That's fine. Steel. Construction train waiting too long? Oh right, the other train is waiting over here as well, and it won't actually be able to get past. Ignore it. Maybe this one will be able to build far enough that the other train can drive past. But yeah, now with signals, rail construction is a little bit slower. Okay, so boxcars will go away. The loading of crops will go away. And you will just handle wood and boards. And I think I'll have to get another train right away for the crop exports. I think it'll be worth it. We have like 100,000 rubles in storage right now, so let me get a loan to make that a thing. Check the used trains again. Maybe anything cheap? No. We'll get another cheap train. They have the same price, don't they? This one has a white stripe. These ones are a tiny bit more expensive, but more engine power. This one's even more powerful than this one. But I guess for us fuel consumption matters, so... I'm just gonna get these. And then... 2 more train cars. The 22-ton box car. And we should be able to refund that loan fairly soon. Can we tell you to go here, pick up the train cars and put them into the depot. Turn around. I know you say you want to refuel. Well, I guess you really want to refuel now, so... Guess we'll have to wait, but you'll pick up the train cars and then... Oh. You want to drive back home? Well, you're on the way. And you ignore red. The extra signals are not really helping right now. Let me put a signal that is more appropriate for the area. Yeah, mixed signal this way. And yeah. Slowly build the rail line from that side, I guess. So the other trains can now drive up to this signal and wait for the construction trains in that area. Well, at least they should. Chain. I guess if I put another signal here. But that's not really what I want to do. Okay, we'll let the other train refuel. Then go grab the cargo wagons and then we can form our other train. Looks like the other construction train has meanwhile also arrived back here. How's the construction office looking? Only one worker, so you're probably going to decide to go home fairly soon. Oh my god, we're cutting down trees so much, so fast. I'm gonna spend most of my time just replanting trees, it looks like. Well, didn't have enough workers for that one. Stop running. Turn off, turn around, and wait. Maybe I should send more people to the rail construction office again. Could speed things up a little bit. At least get behind the signals, so that the other trains may pass. I'm a bit worried about the capacity of the grain silo, but we do still have a lot of time left. Another construction train heading here too. Once they are past these signals, the other trains can drive by no problem. At least they should be able to. A little bit worried about the amount of workers we're getting. Also, the storage for boards is slowly filling up. Slow rail construction is back. The single rail line is not enough. Hopefully 2 trains will be. They will be able to spread out along the train track nicely. So once one train is passed here, the other one can start running. Wait in here when the other one drives back, then go to the customs house. So they will balance themselves out across the train tracks. And at least it was a little bit faster to build than a double track. Otherwise we would be spending a little bit more time here. You know what? Ignore it. You can drive through. Ignore it. Go through. It's fine. Same for you. Go through. Go through, I say. There's our construction train done. Go through. And go through the last one. And hopefully this train picks the right side to refuel and not block the other train. But I'm not sure about that. I can probably force that by setting a signal here to not allow the train through until the other one arrives. So this might get a little bit confused, but it should only be able to take the right lane now. And then the other train can drive through no problem. As long as they're not getting in each other's way. Alright. Okay, you go back, pick up the train cars. The construction trains are... well, they're still here, but this one will wait for you to drive past, and this one will just send home. I'm just gonna not mess around with that right now. And it's back out. We'll assemble our train for crop exports, and that one will just do that. Export crops all time, every time. 200 tons per run. Yeah, you'll wait. Let the other train by, and also let the other construction train by. And then you can drive out after, probably. Our logging train is also waiting. Things are gonna get a little bit confusing in this area. Two boxcars assembled into a train of 4, and then everything will be together, and we can run our export train for crops as its own train. And hopefully the passing lane won't take too long to build. We'll add to that as time goes on. Building more passing tracks as necessary. Looks like we had a nice bit of aluminium export. Alright. Yeah, waiting too long. It's fine. Remove. Go here. Load crops until full. Go to the customs house to export and go. You'll have to wait here until the export train runs past. Otherwise you won't find room for that. Looks like that train track flipped around since we're now building it from this side instead. But that means we only have one more construction train on the route, meaning that the other trains should now be able to run for the remainder of the session. They will have to share the same train track until the passing track is done, but then things should speed up. And we'll get a nice bit of money for each of the train loads. And hopefully this is more efficient than running trucks. Also, this is of course not ideal, so we'll move you back into the depot so you don't block our bus route. We'll send the train out as soon as the other train arrives at the customs house. To fix that, I guess what I can do is just put a mixed signal here instead. And then I don't have to worry about it. So don't go to the depot, turn around and wait here instead. That was a little bit... well, that was completely my mistake, but this should fix it now. Yep, Looks like the crossings are triggered by an approaching train, not by where the train actually will wait, which is fine. And yeah, as soon as the other train enters the customs house, this train will be able to leave, as long as the construction train is not in the way. And there we go. The crop train will have to wait for the cargo train carrying wood to actually enter its wood storage before it can leave. Because we only have space for one train all the way to the customs house right now. But we are doubling that with the passing train. The passing lane, sorry. And yeah, you'll be able to leave as soon as this train moves out of here. And you'll be able to leave as soon as this one gets out of the way. And the construction trains are faster than our actual trains. Which means that the construction trains are not actually causing slowdown on the network. Alright, other woodcutting posts are now active. All they need is logging trucks. We'll wait a little bit with that, I think. We'll let the rail construction do its thing. And wait for some crop exports before we actually start purchasing more vehicles. Hello Vengeful Squid. Happy Friday to you too. Welcome. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. Alright, now I'm feeling pretty confident with being able to make enough room in the grain storage with our train deliveries. They are going to be slow to start out with, but should speed up as time goes on. Hopefully the passing track will come to pass, pun intentional, very soon. Alright, should be able to move now. There we go. And the crop train will have to wait for that train to actually get out of the way first. As will the construction train. Well, I thought it would. Apparently I was wrong. Seems like the construction train thinks it has the right of way, so the other train will wait here, I guess. That's fine then. But the crop train will have to wait until this one leaves the area. I would like to get rid of the this bit here. Love a bit of Red Army choir. I think choir is the right pronunciation. To kick off the early brunch drinking. Yes, the vocals are appreciated. Oh, looks like we're building from this side again. Which is fine. Okay, but otherwise things are working, and as soon as the construction finishes, the trains should organize themselves for way more throughput. And we'll be able to refund our loan as well, if we want to. Maybe once we get to 150,000 rubles. I would like to have a little bit of money in the bank. To make sure everything keeps on running. Yeah, train is waiting too long, I know. We set it up this way, it's intentional. $9,000 rubles per train load of crops. Okay, I will have to remove that. I will have to remove that grass from the train line. Oh, we got a significant epidemic. Serious infection rate, serious health effect, highly infectious, long duration. Well, we only have a clinic, so the only thing we could do is increase the amount of workers in here. Let's do that. Let's crank up the number of workers. To remove the forest here, I saw someone use the trick of using gravel and then drawing out squares underneath the train track, which well, that one's clearly visible. That looks disgusting. What if I use gravel roads? Nope, that's also clearly visible. Never mind. Then I don't know how they did it. Did they use this one? No, that's way too large. Maybe it was one type of material. Maybe it was a workshop item. Or maybe they didn't care about the look. But yeah, the gravel looks way different than the actual gravel of the train track, so... guess we won't be able to use that. $8,000 for the board export. Where's our train with... Wait, that's not how it's supposed to work. You're not able to go into... What are you doing? How were you able to drive there right now? Oh, because there's... okay, never mind. My bad. You have to get out of the way, please. Let me check the remaining signals. This is a chain signal. The rest should be fine. Yeah, I made a mistake. But should be fine now. You can go back, turn around and wait there. Wait for the train to drive past. Two, maybe three construction tasks, and this is also done. So not too long. It's good to be back building a rail line. I missed it a lot. And not building a double track rail line is also nice. A double track solves a lot of problems that, well, for a lot of resource investments, I guess. Okay. You're moving through, very nice. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get the vehicles here first. Let's start with one logging camp. We'll get the other ones once we reach 100k again. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. And then we'll see how much production of boards we actually have. Maybe we will always have boards in storage unless I crank up the amount of boards we actually transport. Might have to increase the amount of cars here. The length is only 87 meters, so we can probably fit one more here. But let's wait. We can still make that decision a little bit later. Also, I need to bring fuel to the logging camps. Okay, so 2 more construction tasks at most. Yes, we will need 2 more construction tasks and then our passing track is done. And our trains will be able to run much faster. For the future, we might need another passing track on this side, and maybe one more over here. And in the end it will probably all combine into a double track as time goes on, but right now it won't. And we can then also start building towards this area, getting towards the depot from that direction. So we turn this basically into a one-way for freshly purchased trains. But then again, I guess if we want to get train cars, that would be the fastest way. But only if we don't want to refuel our trains, so we have options. Production is quite quick. Need to speed up the train deliveries for sure. We will buy the logging trucks before, and then maybe one or two more additional train cars for the locomotive. If we're only at 87 meters, I think we can get up to 140 for the depot. Let's actually check how long it is. Oh, it's 150. Okay, so we can have trains up to 150 meters. The train cars, I think, are 15 meters, which means we can have 9 of them, because we do need the train engine before them. 15 meters, yeah, in length. So 9 train cars. Oh, that was box cars. My bad. Sorry. Cargo wagons. Total capacity, these ones. They're 20 meters. So we can have 7 of them plus a train. That would be a lot of carrying capacity. We might need that. We'll see. Right now, we can increase this throughput by just having the actual the additional track here. Yes, train waiting too long. We're trying to work on that. And this time you'll wait. Yes. No point in driving out right now. And we definitely only need one more construction task for you. That means our passing track will complete construction in... Maybe it'll finish in June. Should be able to finish that in 25 days. We'll set up the signals here, and then they can drive past each other, no problem. I might be able to have another train route go past here, so we can actually have trains go this way. If they want to go to, in the future, the west or something, then this would become an actual train route. But I don't really like the way this hooks up here. This is just a temporary train line. Maybe we can do something like a loop that cuts across in the bridge and then goes this way. So we'll use like an off-ramp here into a loop into this area. So we don't have any traffic jams going to the depot. Might make more sense. And then after the bridge comes back down, it can hook up into this rail line. Would require additional funds for sure. Alright. Construction train. Please do your thing and finish the rail line. It's only a few extra work days. Should be doable. Alright, and I guess we can set up the signals. This one will have to be a chain. This one will have to be a chain. And that one can be a block signal. And this one will be a block signal. 370 people, nice. You can so finally run your city by your own. I haven't turned off the foreign workers yet. I believe we probably can. But I have decided not to do that yet. I'm focusing on rail construction, so we need a few extra workers for that. And I built a passing track. So now we can have more trains running here. Logging train moving. Need another passing lane over on this side. Maybe we can make the gas station its own passing track by just cutting through this way. I have not built it in a way where that one looks like it would look good. Oh, maybe we can do it. Maybe this way. Yeah, maybe we can turn off the foreign workers. I believe that foreign workers is definitely a requirement for this to be called successful. With the current population growth, we are speeding things up quite quickly. The population graph, we had a small dip here, but now with the increased population growth, things are back up and growing as fast as previously. I need to bring some more steel over. Give me a minute. We'll grab some steel from the west. Okay, so while this train goes to the customs house, the other train, once the construction train is back, can already drive to the passing track and then wait here instead of wait there to be allowed access to the customs house. The customs house itself has of course 3 lanes, so we could hook all of them up as passing tracks. But that is currently not planned. We will have to set up the loop and the alternative route into the depot to free up this area, because the length of the train station is a little bit longer than we planned for right now. That's barely enough, and then we can't merge it. There could be a problem. What am I selling by train? Boards. Lots and lots of boards. And also our crops. The crops from our new grain silo, which we will empty out sufficiently before the next harvest season. And yeah, getting about 10,000 rubles per train load of crops and about 9,000 rubles per train load of lumber right now. We will need to buy more train cars for the lumber train. We're producing so much lumber right now. I think I will send the train into the depot and get a few extra train cars once we go up to 100,000. So instead of buying the extra logging trucks, we'll buy some train cars before then. So yeah, lumber and crops. 2 very simple resources. Exporting them by truck would have been possible, but very demanding on the customs house, especially with the 2 new extra logging stations next to the sawmill. The one thing I'm not looking forward is constantly replanting all the trees all the time. Makes me want to build a technical university just so I can finish the research and then tear it down again to have the auto planting of trees. Okay, we have a sufficient number of trees in this area. Did the logging camp over here finally decide that it can harvest trees again? No, it's still stuck at 0. I think that's a bug. I did report that once, but it wasn't really reproducible. I think it, like, when you load a save game, I think it fixes itself. Sorry for the spam in Discord. Oh my god, you sent 3 messages. 3 messages, Wushel. I don't know how long they are yet, but 3 messages? On a Friday? What are you thinking? Let me take a look. Ah, that's not too bad. I can read that. I can read that much in one go. It'll be fine. That's no spam. Also, I sent like 6 messages one after the other, so I should apologize, I guess. That name tag can go away. Yeah, I think the passing track was the right choice. Alright. We'll send this one into the depot at the end of its current route. Let me actually save this as a custom line. Save. Send it to the depot. And then we'll get like 2 additional train cars for now. We'll pick them up right away. That's gonna be 60,000. I think we can afford that. We still have to spend as much money on more logger trucks. So this area is going to rival the western border in logging capacity, but it might exceed it. Because, I don't know, I mean, there's just as many woodcutting posts here. And we can manage that one without a train to the customs house, so I don't know. Yes, we are bringing steel over, don't worry. There's our crop train. There's our export train. Does this one have the white stripes? I don't think so. No, it seems like it does. I don't know, I can't tell. I think they are missing. Let's see. So this one has nice white stripes on the side. Yeah, the other one doesn't have that. The other one was a used train that was available for cheap. We repaired it up. It's already been over 15 years in service. And it will last us a very long time. It's really slow trains. Yes. This is normal game speed. Okay, this one is standing around right now. They drive 40 kilometers an hour. This is maximum train speed. I don't know. I like it because when I run it at fast forward, it feels like a regular train drives at normal speed. It makes the trains not look too fast. But they're very cheap for us, so I don't mind. Alright, go here, pick up any vehicle that you find and bring it into the depot. The train speed should not be the problem. We're just gonna have more trains. They are very cheap, and it'll look nice having a lot of trains running around. I'll have to wait for the crop train to get out of the way. I don't think we need another train car for crops. I think we have enough for that. We did start exporting fairly late this year, but this should probably even out. And if we run full, then yes, we know that we should probably get one more train car maybe. But with the fertilized fields, I believe that if we get that much money throughout the year, we're going to be in a really good position. Alright, here we go. And the corner is not too sharp, so they're not actually clanking their train cars together. Maybe I should have detached the train cars so we actually had the room to load the other train cars. Wouldn't that be smart? Well, we'll do that now. Looks like our steel delivery has arrived. Alright, bring the last 2 train cars. Our logging area is probably already full of boards. Not quite, but almost. And yeah, as I said, we have 1 extra wood cutting post that still needs vehicles, so the sawmill will be really busy. Let's turn off the rail construction office again. Why did you not load them? Load. This one. My bad. Go back. Load them. I was thinking about loading vehicles because of the open cars that I still had attached. I didn't have the option to load train cars. Set line to custom line board exports east. Go into the depot. Alright, that'll be a nice long train. Way too long for the rail depot, but that's fine. $126 meters. I have to replant more trees. This is going way too fast. I'm always planting them across the train tracks, but I guess I'm not going to worry about that anymore since they're going to be cut down quite quickly. Yeah, this woodcutting post is not getting any more trees. Unfortunate. Maybe we can bulldoze it. Basically, it served its purpose. I guess it's still exporting to the customs house. We could send it... Oh, wait. Still have the logging truck on hold. Instead of going to the customs house, you could also send stuff to the border, I guess. Instead of sending it to the customs house, you could also send it to the sawmill, I mean. $475 tons of boards, which is about halfway the capacity of the storage for boards. Yeah, maybe upgrading them to faster trains will actually be useful at some point. But right now I enjoy that we have very slow trains. I probably will buy another one instead of upgrading this one to a faster train, although a faster train would be providing a lot more benefit and be easier to do. But slower trains and more trains look busier on the network. Okay, looks like the last train car is being loaded really slowly. Maybe we have to put that on a different train. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 train cars is the most that we can have, and the last one is a little bit slower. Or maybe I was just imagining things. Looks like it was way faster for the first few cars. I'll have to take a look on that again. That means we have to detach one of the train cars. I guess we could start the construction going towards the depot the other way. It should be okay to do. As long as we have some signals in place. There's no real passing track planned on that route. Maybe we can have one over here. But not to start out with. And then I guess we'll send like 5 workers in here. Make sure that the construction actually happens. Passing track in action. And the construction train seems to be out. That's why you can't leave right now. Both of them are currently out and about. So I guess we'll keep the loan for a little bit. I did make some other investments. Trains are now, well, one of the train is now much longer than before. Instead of 9,000 we have 12,000 rubles on board. I want to see how fast it actually loads when it gets back to the storage. It felt like the first 400 tons were really quick and then the last train car was quite slow. Unloading seems to be going fine though. Well, maybe we catch it. How fast is the board storage filling again? Quite quickly, actually. We'll have to put another passing track and probably actually put the other train on the line a little bit faster. I'm going to move one of the rail construction vehicles into storage. I don't need that many. Very slow rail construction, but I guess it's fine. I'll let you ignore the red signal. Okay, that was maybe a mistake. Go back. I'll let you ignore the red signal as soon as this train has run past. If you don't already know that you can run through. Alright, ignore the red signal. Both of them. You know to ignore that one. We don't need these signals, they can go away. They were just for construction purposes. So that'll be fine. And the trains should be a little bit smarter in figuring things out. The game has unfortunately just crashed. Let me try and reload it and see how much time we lost. I am really happy that we have trains back. Not so happy about the crash. Last crash 3 minutes ago. Okay, so after I started messing with the signals, I guess. Alright. Remove that one. And that one. And that one. And the construction train will be sent to the depot instead. Which will start driving as soon as the other train is passed. Does it crash often for me? Not often. I guess if you compare it to like AAA games that are usually set to not have a lot of crashing bugs, it does crash often. I would expect like a crash every 4 hours maybe. But it is still early access and bug fixes are applied as soon as they have a reliable case to fix the issue. But I don't know what I did that caused the crash, so it's hard to know what to report, I guess. It's It seems like crashes mostly happen with trains these days. I haven't had any crashes before, I think, in this run. Maybe I had one. I don't quite remember. But as soon as trains get involved, things get a little bit more unstable. Maybe it was me messing around with the signals on an active network. I'm not sure. That other snapping point is gone. Very good. Yeah, everything is in order. And yeah, then you load the save game, you do everything again, and it doesn't crash. Maybe there's a memory leak instead. I don't know. Maybe there's an unrelated bug that starts piling up when you're running trains that doesn't actually happen because of anything you do in the game, but just because you're using something and something starts piling up in the background and overflowing at certain points. Got a decent number of steel available. Should now be set up for the next few moments. We're making a lot of money this month, in US currency even. What happened to the price of boards? Oh, it's going up. I mean, that's good for us, right? US currency and ruble price going up for boards and wood. Meaning we're making a lot of profit. Even if we're exporting a lot of it. Hopefully it'll stay that way for the next foreseeable future. Okay, let's check the loading speed here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's really quick, right? And then as soon as they finish the train cars and move over to the last one, it slows down. Yeah, definitely. Okay, we'll have to get rid of the last train car, and then this will run much faster. Seems like the open storage is struggling loading the last train car. This will speed up our train quite a bit. Alright, so go into the depot after your export run. We'll remove one train car and keep that around because we might set up a third train for board exports. But since we're going to speed up the loading process, maybe one train will then be sufficient. Will still be nice to have an extra train car around. We could also import all of our construction materials into the storage and grab it from here instead of from the customs house. Then we would have boards, bricks, prefab panels and steel in this area. Steel, I guess... yeah. Steel, I guess we're importing from the western border with truck routes right now, so... the only thing we would need would be bricks and boards, and we still have a lot of that lying around. Just gotta wait, I guess. We probably need to build the other building. 250 workers. This one is full, this one has 43 more places for residents to move into. Let's start construction of the new flat. And also build the monument of the area. These buildings have access to heating, water, electricity and sewage. Hopefully this one does too. Yes. All of them have access. We need to increase our capacity for workers. 250 workers. A quarter of a way to 1,000. Workers, not citizens, workers. Still a decent amount of prisoner escapes. Plus, as our population grows, the capacity to crew that workplace with our own workers also grows. I guess I can set this to like 8 workers and just keep running it. And yeah, our domestic workers are basically going to the bus stop to be picked up and work in this area. We should probably allow them to go wherever they want, because the amount of workers going here is getting larger and larger. But I guess there are still a lot of workplaces where they could slot into. Lots of workers in the kindergarten now. More workers than children, so maybe a little bit too many. We do need workers to pick up at the bus stop, but they wait for an hour. I think we can unassign this. I think we have sufficient number of workers here now to be picked up by our microbuses for the logging area. Is the lumber train already done? Yes, it is. Detach one train car and move you back out. This should speed things up quite nicely for us. Not sure how many boxcars we could have. Would have to calculate and see and then subtract one at some point. Since I'm planning for another train, I guess another passing track will be in order, but right now we're building the train track all the way to the depot. And maybe I will have to move the other rail construction vehicle back, so I can build the passing track at the same time. I could also make this passing track longer, so it can basically hold 2 trains each route. But I'd rather have another passing track somewhere else along the road, along the train line. I think that will make more sense. You're waiting for the construction vehicle? Not sure where it is. Must have entered the rail construction vehicle, the rail construction office right now. Because you're going again. Alright, I think it's time to get the last logging vehicles. 45,000. And then this area will run at full capacity. I'm not sure if the trees can grow back that fast, but I guess we're gonna find out. Did these trees grow now? Oh, looks like they finished growing. Excellent. Oh no, we did reload the game, right? So that's why they probably fixed themselves. The game crashed and then, yeah, now it's working again. Oh well. Fine by me, I guess. Yeah, income on the western border is really nice. Income on the eastern border also. So things are looking very well for us in regards to money. Still have a loan to pay back, but that is not a problem. We can do that probably at the end of harvest season. Very good amount of crops stored in here, 1,337 tons. I didn't make the change for the distribution office yet. That will have to happen next year. Moving all of the trucks into one building, adding one extra harvester and one extra tractor. We will build that as well. I guess we have so many workers in the kindergarten because we're explicitly sending workers to the kindergarten and the shopping center. Maybe. Why are you complaining about not being able to get food? Let's put you up to 10. I was about to say maybe I can let you walk wherever you want to, but if you have people who can't get food, then there's evidently still a problem. Yeah, right now we don't have enough workers in here. 33 students, the number went down a little bit, but we have 53 teenagers. So, population's growth still ongoing, but it's slowing down a little bit. We're currently in that slump. It'll pick up pace again fairly soon. Port storage empty. That is fine. We will set our construction office to pick up boards from here now. Then we just have to wait for the prefab panels to run out, and then we can switch that one as well. I think we're also going to spend the money and build a technical university just so I can research the automatic tree replanting. I have not used that in the game yet, and I would like to see how it works. I mean, it should just, whenever you cut down a tree, another tree pops up. But yeah, I think we're going to build that. Let's just do the research. If I find the room to actually build the technical university in this area. Yeah, I guess we can build it across this road. Then this footpath will make sense, and we have the technical university inside this forest. Which is what it's supposed to be used for. Maybe one more boxcar for the train, maybe two. Seems like it's still keeping up, but we have a lot of harvest still incoming. I think I'm gonna move you into the scrapyard and get another harvester. After the distribution office has been built. Alright, groundworks for the distribution office are almost done. I will give it a name already, because it's basically only one purpose, distribution office for the farm. And I guess we can also fold in the citizen goods in here. We have 7 fields. No, we need to keep that one separated. We don't have enough assignments. Doing repairs right now, slowing our harvest down, I guess. Definitely will be good to have our distribution office set up, and that should be less of a problem. And no more traffic issues at the customs house, like barely any traffic. We just got workers, we got fertilizer import and some construction materials every now and then. Running fairly well. I think I'll open up the building to accept workers locally. And we can build it with our own workers. And I guess I will send this building to the construction site, so we will get a lot of workers to it. Our construction still ongoing. I think this is going to be fast enough. This can carry basically as much as like 22 trucks. Okay, almost done with the repairs. Looks like we ran out of workers temporarily. But we'll finish the repairs soon. Okay, I would like to fix this look of the fence going on top of the track, so we're just gonna put a footpath here instead. Just to make it look like the footpath actually belongs here. So we'll have a nice footpath along the train tracks. Serves no real purpose except moving out the fences a little bit away from the train tracks. One more delivery of bricks for the current construction phase, and then just roof installation, and we'll have another building. And we will need it quite quickly. 40 more free flats before we need our new building. I also would like to install this footpath here. Giving people a little bit of a faster access to the university. Up this to 5 workers. We do have sufficient capacity near if we fill all of the work slots, but they don't want to balance themselves incorrectly, so we'll increase the amount of workers a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I can stop bringing in foreign workers yet. The problem is still that they all want to work in workplaces that are actually for higher education. And I have to force them into these workplaces right now. I mean, right now I'm sending a lot of them onto the construction site, so I'm basically building a building for us. That means less workers go to the rail construction office. Do have a decent number of firefighters, could be way higher, same problem, it's a workplace not for highly educated workers, so they don't really prefer it that much, unless I force them in. I do like the idea of putting footpaths in between the fields. I also like the idea of having trees planted there, so not sure which one I would do. Okay, our sawmill is lagging behind, and our train is lagging behind. So we're not exporting lumber as fast as we could. And the reason for that is because I did not remove the train from its route again. Please continue your board exports, thank you. Okay, that was my mistake, but I believe we have enough capacity Just have to wait for this one to catch up, because there's a lot of lumber ready to be exported and turned into boards, I guess. Very high throughput on this area. I think we're gonna move the construction train back and set up a passing rail, another one, and then plan for another logging train if we need to have it. It'll be nice to have the passing track before we actually decide to have the next train line. Let me redo that. Okay, let's set up passing track. 165 meters. Can I put a signal here? No. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna put one here so I know where this is actually supposed to connect to. Alright. Build that one as well, please. That shouldn't interrupt anything, I believe. Yes, there's a few extra signals here, but it should still work, right? I need to unpause the game. Construction train moving over here to build this lane. That's fine. But it is in the way of this train going to this place. But it should be able to run to that point now, since the construction train moved out of the way. And our crop train is waiting, or unloading over here. Is the grain storage still sufficient? Yes, it's emptying out faster than it's being filled. The distribution office in the area has a sufficient number of resources. We will assign our construction office over here, bringing workers to that construction site. Almost nearing 400 citizens. A few issues, but nothing too problematic. I will up this to 15 workers. We'll just keep a sufficient number of workers in this building. At some point we'll have to worry about food deliveries being fast enough. Maybe by that point I can build a small warehouse in this area to make sure that we always have enough materials in the area. And then do the resource deliveries from the customs house into the warehouse, and then have one distribution office deliver it from the warehouse to our shopping center. Could be in this area, I guess. We could hold food, alcohol, clothing in that area. Some extra clothing from our own production before we export it. Alright, we already finished loading. I'm just waiting to have the space to drive through. The extra passing track will be useful. More and more passing tracks, please. We'll add to this rail line as time goes on. The double track would be the ultimate passing track, I guess. There you go. And the construction train will exit after you. This passing track will be built much faster because it's way closer to the rail construction office. And since the system already is running fine, we don't actually have a need for it to finish faster, so we're not paying attention, so it will also build faster, since we're not looking. What's with the tutors? You also send workers to the orphanage, please. Criminality of these children is still low, but let's make sure that stays that way. Looks like the roof installation is nearing completion. That means we have our third residential building, upping our population capacity to about 450 workers. So probably about 600 citizens, I would imagine. And yeah, once this construction finishes, one last task for you, so you can send more workers to the bus stop again. And from the bus stop, if they're not picked up by a bus, we can go to any workplace from here. But we're making sure to send some workers to critical buildings like the kindergarten, shopping center and orphanage. And kindergarten kind of being important. But maybe not with that many workers. Let's put it at 10. Also looks like we need to bring in more steel, so let's send our trucks out. They should still be assigned to it. Just steel, no aluminium. Ah, it's so slow. Yep, you have to wait for the construction train to finish. And the other one is over here not bothering anyone. So I guess it still slows things down. But as soon as it gets out of the way, the other train can move through. Just has to get to the first signal again. Maybe I could move the signal out a little bit closer to the train. Yeah, just a little bit. But that would interrupt the construction right now, so I won't do it. Grain silo filling up again because we're running less deliveries right now. Or should I say fewer deliveries? All of our vehicles are busy, harvester, tractors and trucks. I think the trucks that are in there will be sent to the scrapyard. I think they are, well, on the verge of being obsolete. But then again, they're moving to the fields, so they don't need that much travel speed. I guess we can still keep them. That's why they're in the first place. It makes less sense to have the better trucks in these distribution offices, because their benefit is the large maximum speed of 88 kilometers an hour, and if we don't have any asphalt roads here, then their potential is a little bit wasted. So it might be better to just use a Skoda still. But then again, these are cheaper, so might as well purchase them instead. They are the best vehicle for our purpose. They're the cheapest, 10 tons. And the road speed, I guess, is really good, but we're not making use of that. If we had a really slow vehicle that was cheap and had decent carrying capacity, I guess we would use that, but there's no vehicle in that range. This one has slow road speed, but it's more expensive. So, no point in using that one. Let's open up the construction, and can we send workers all the way here? No. Can you reach all the way here? Yes. Temporarily, everyone will be sent to this building, and we will turn that off really quickly because this will interrupt a lot of things. But I'm just sending in extra workers here to build this, to finish the building construction, without having to wait for the bus to come back. That's a lot of workers. Here's our distribution office. Copy all the tasks over. Remove all the tasks from here. Wait for the vehicles to get back. Get the trucks out of the farm as well. They will be moved into that distribution office. I think we'll also empty out all the crops off the farm. They don't need to be in there anymore. And then we'll also need to bring some fuel here. And the last farming vehicle. So one more tractor, one more harvester. Next harvest will be finished quite a bit quicker, but bringing in the crops in will take a little bit longer. Well, it shouldn't really, but what I mean is, like, we will finish the sowing and the harvesting of the fields way faster than the transportation of the actual crops. We don't also need the factory connection in here anymore, but let's load all the crops from the farm itself, empty out the storage, and just store everything we have inside the grain silo. So we don't have any crops standing around inside the farm, not being used for anything. So the distribution office is full. No more tasks can be assigned. Sorry, no more vehicles can be assigned. One more task that needs to be assigned is the new field that we built. And that needs to be in this assignment. The farm has not assigned itself to the field yet either. It probably does that if the fertility reaches the right number, but we'll do that right now. And maybe one tractor decides to plow the field early. And we'll get another tractor here. We will use the ZT6911 before the MTZ because it's way cheaper. And then get another harvester, another combine. So no more covered hull trucks here. We'll put those into their own building. I believe you can't run that with a distribution office. I think the tractors and the harvesters have to be in the farm, but the trucks could be outside. Where's the gas station in this area? There it is. Just making sure we still have a gas station. Okay, you're waiting for the signal. Go through. I will turn this around, I think, into a regular signal, so you don't have trouble building this. Should allow you to go through freely. And the other train has now finally decided to start driving, because it does have room to go past the other rare construction vehicle. I don't think our grain train will need expansion. I think it's doing a perfectly fine job. We'll be able to empty out the grain silo throughout next year until harvest season. Should not be a problem. Okay, this distribution office is obsolete. And everything has been migrated. Maybe we should build a proper vehicle depot. I'm thinking of building a vehicle depot in this area. Once the last truck is back, bringing in steel, we'll set up a temporary vehicle depot in this area. Move everything over. And use this area for a proper vehicle depot. If we can fit one in here, that is. The answer to that is no, not with the power line. Unless I move all the way back here. Maybe... no. We would have to turn this into an underground power line again, which I said would be fine to do at some point. It would affect the refueling of vehicles in this area. I don't think it affects grain loading speed, it might. But yeah, I guess we'll have to demolish the wire now. And make sure not to accidentally remove another wire. So we'll have a little bit of a power outage inside the small farm. And the grain silo, and I guess the distribution office, which also will not allow refueling for a bit. But we'll free up enough space to build a depot here. Why are you stopping production right now? I did not remove a wire there. Yes, the cargo platform does not have electricity currently. Demolition should be nice and quick. It's an above ground wire after all. It's already done and the waste is being picked up. One more pickup and there it goes. We'll put the depot in first and then draw the underground wire underneath. We'll put it in like that, I think. And then get the wire back. Alright. There was a little bit of an issue with the farm being in the way, but not too much to worry. That will be fine. People have already moved into the new building. The old one isn't completely filled yet, but that's okay. I don't have any assignments for that building, I guess. But I guess what we could do is tell it to finish the construction of the monument. Not mandatory, but if they feel like walking over here and building the monument, they can. Otherwise, we're going to finish the construction with just buses. You're not picking up any workers, because that customs house is usually empty. We're going to pick up our own workers now. Hopefully construction will work better that way. Will be nice having a persistent road depot. We still have a lot of free buildings dotted around the place that we need to clear up at some point. Wait, when you export... I guess you have to go over the other side, through this way. I guess we can leave the dirt road like that, if it makes it easier for you. Construction train, temporarily in the way, resolved itself, it's fine. Where's the lumber train? Already exporting. 8,000 rubles. So the price went down, definitely. I assume we're having an impact on our export prices. It's definitely decreasing. Well, we'll still keep it running. I mean, it's our industry right now. And I think we made it as efficient as possible. The other benefit for the slow trains is that their fuel consumption is really, really low. That's the other benefit. But yeah, we might have to get a second one. And we're nearing 400 citizens. 260 workers, 133 children. The amount of children will go up once we repeat the research, that is. Back up to 6 workers, please. We got research to do. I'm very happy with the traffic issues being gone at the customs house. We're getting the workers in reliably now. No more problems with that. Waste transportation is also not a problem. We're hauling everything that we need, and the storage isn't filling up. Everything is in order in that regard. Heating, waste incineration running very well for us. All the way across here. Not a problem. No problem with pollution also. Could have another settlement here with the heat pumping station. Everything has been set up in a way that would allow that quite easily. All we would need is another heating pipe to the heat pumping station and then another pipe to another exchanger. Looks like the construction of the monument is progressing quite nicely with our own workers. I mean, we are picking up our construction workers from our own bus platform now, so the construction workers are our own workers, at least in that regard. We should also do that for maintenance, not from the customs house anymore. So all construction will be done by domestic workers. Except for if there's foreign workers waiting here at some point. If they don't have enough to do, then they can also be picked up for construction tasks. Should not really happen though. It looks like we brought all the crops in. Very nice. There's a little bit of crops left in the farm, but that's okay. I'm gonna empty that out. Just to make it look right. And we did that before the snow kicked in. So, yes, we had lower temperatures, but I think we harvested everything. And we brought all of the harvest into the grain silo. And the train will be sufficient in emptying that out. It only needs to run like 10 times and then it's done. So it does have plenty of time to complete that task throughout the next year. This train is stuck because it wants to go here. This train is stuck because this one is moving right now, I assume. So the next train that will move should be the construction train, because it will go to, I assume, this side. Oh no, this one wants to move over here, I assume. Yeah, once you go past the passing track, the construction train can hopefully move out. Which one do you want to build? Yeah, you can ignore the red signal, that's fine. And once you go past this junction, the other train can go through. And then once you go back into the rail construction office, you can go through. And everyone can go wherever they want, with a little bit of extra help. Just to speed things up a little bit. I think exporting the wood directly is probably still okay. Maybe turning it into boards at the sawmill is fine, but this area has already so much stuff to do that I feel like it's like... This area is too busy right now. With the ongoing rail construction, we don't have enough workers to run this. We might even have to send more workers over here. Footpath entrance is on this side, which isn't great. I should plan for the technical university that I wanted, so I don't have to replant trees anymore. Which is it's a bit weird to build a technical university for that, but we have so much logging industry that I feel like it's going to be worth it. It's another huge building right next to the forested area. Yeah, it's basically the technical university of forestry, I guess. We'll have it planned. We don't really have the money yet to construct it, I don't think. We still have to be a bit careful with our US currency. So I don't think we have the steel to build this. I will put it on hold. I would like to finish the university though. Alright, let's see. I'll have a footpath go this way. Shorten this by maybe 1. There we go. And this one can probably go into the logging area to allow workers from these residential buildings to work in this area. I would like to reach the sawmill. It's probably doable. Might need asphalt footpaths, but I think we can get there. Or a tunnel. I don't even know if a tunnel, what like the distance of a tunnel is. Is it asphalt now or is it still gravel? Can even give them escalators. They should have electricity in the area. I don't know if escalators require electricity, I assume they do. Allows us to have a much steeper exit out of this area. Let's see. Let me remove some trees. I can't see space. There it is. Okay. Need to line up the exit with... Well, we don't really need to line up the exit with the grid, but I want to. And then we have more escalators over here. And then we can see if this is actually enough or not. Right next to the university. .240 meters. I don't know if this counts as asphalt or not. Well, we have access to a few residential buildings, so this will be fine. And then over here we just need a gravel footpath into the building. And the logging camps don't need that really. But then again, I could move the escalator all the way over here. And then just have footpaths go past this. Yeah, I'll probably move the escalator over to the side. And by probably I mean I will do that because I just started that. So we'll have the footpath go all the way into this road. which then should be able to get to the logging camps over here. So the one worker that is needed for the logging camps can walk to this area. Basically meaning that we need way less people going here by bus. So the microbuses will be enough to run the rail construction office and the logging camps over there. And then I guess, do I want the metro stuff, or do I want to just put a footpath across here? The metro is really nice, but I think the footpath across looks proper. I don't think that's intentional, but then again, I think this would work fine. Can probably have a connection over here instead. And then over here we should hook up to this footpath instead. Make it a little bit twistier. Look a little bit more sensible. And it's a road. Alright. So sensible would be about here. And then from this curve down, well, straight footpath over here, I guess. Let's try again. Alright, let's do that. Hook this one up here. I really don't like how that looks. Maybe if you move it one snapping point over here, yeah, that's probably better. So instead of that one, we'll go here. Alright, we'll build that. Okay, that will give us footpath access to the sawmill, both of these logging camps, and the other logging camps will just have to continuously get workers by microbus, and the rest can go into the rail construction office. Looks like we have enough money now to pay back our loans. We did a clothing export, I would imagine. No. Yes, last month. 22.5 thousand rubles for one truckload of clothing. Nothing to complain about. Five prisoners. 2 escapes this year only. I guess that's okay-ish, but still too many. We need to keep that number as low as possible. if we want to deal with criminality reliably. I mean, the walking distance is not that far, so they should be able to handle that. I will send workers over to the prison as well. This building is basically doing a bit of everything. I guess you could do that. Nah, I'll set our building that has a lot of workers on it, so that makes more sense. Sawmill, walking access, 2 new residential buildings. I think that'll be fine. We don't need it right now, but in the future the sawmill will not be the slowest part of this area. Right now it is a little bit. We have a lot of woods sitting around, and they are not running as fast as they could. So maybe I should make a asphalt footpath, which I guess is no problem. We can do that. I can make this asphalt. Now over here we run into problems because the buildings are already active. So if I give you an exit here. Alright. Let's build whatever we have planned out and not add any additional construction tasks right now. I gotta replant trees again. But yeah, things seem to be stable. Now that we have a rail line, we have a continuous income. We don't have any traffic issues at the customs house anymore. At least none that I can think of right now. No warnings, no problems. The profit that we're receiving for our lumber exports are continuously dropping because of how much we are exporting. But I still believe that it's going to be profitable for us. The only thing we have to pay for in this area is well, the maintenance of vehicles and buildings, but from day to day it's basically the fuel. And hopefully that's not that expensive. I guess I haven't checked it recently. Yeah, fuel price is still somewhat low. It's thinking about going up though, so gotta be a bit careful. Maybe we have to hook up some oil to try and keep it down. Technical University first though. I want to automate the vehicle, the tree replanting. That one is slowly starting to get on my nerves. Not sure why I have to do that. With the Technical University in place, I guess we could also make a few optimizations in other areas. But yeah, the tree replanting first. Let's repay our loan again. So we're loan free. We're nearing the halfway point in regards to our intended population goal. Right now it's not looking like we will be stable if we double our current workforce, but who knows, maybe we will. Or we might just need a few extra residential buildings to get everything stabilized. At some point we can probably try and disable the hiring of foreign workers. I'll have to wait and see. Let's make sure that the replacement vehicles for the old covered hull trucks is the better version. I missed them. There they are. MZ504, please. Cheaper, same carrying capacity, faster road speed. No point in still using the old one if we need to replace one. Let's just do another quick check on the wear and tear of our vehicles. We have one vehicle, a Beetle, which has quite high wear and tear, but that one's sitting inside the scrapyard, so that one doesn't matter. And one MZ504, which needs some repairs soon. All of you need repairs. Getting quite old. Let's trigger both of you. And on the western border, wear and tear, one vehicle, garbage truck, sitting inside the demolition office, also requiring some maintenance. We'll trigger that, and then this area is also dealt with. A lot of vehicles requiring maintenance. Hopefully none of them requiring replacement soon. You are one of the older ones, 19 years old. You can still repair up to 22%, so should be good for another few years before we have to replace you. And we'll probably replace you with some Western vehicles manually at that time. But yeah, I think I'm going to take a cut in here for now. So we've set up our rail line, we set up our lumber area quite well. We have the plans for the future laid out. The technical university to automate the replanting of trees, which is a lot of money spent for, I guess, just a little gain, but it does become quite tedious if you have to do that over and over again. I wonder if we reach the capacity limit of the lumber exports this way, like if we now have maybe too many buildings working on the same industry and we're actually going to drive down the price into the ground too much. Guess we're gonna see. But yeah, as I said, that's going to be it for me for today, at least for Workers and Resources. I do have a race in 2.5 hours, if you want to watch that, but I probably won't be reading chat. We'll see. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you all a good start to your weekend. Have a good day, take care, and as always, maybe I'll see you next time.